even you cheer for that. Right, Amy, have you been to the show before?
I have.
So you know how this works, right?
I remember I was vague, but yeah, a long time ago.
Were you smashed? Oh,
I wasn't the most smashed in the room, so that was a plus.
Okay, cool. I'm so glad you don't still look after children. It's a good, right, so do you know what you need to do?
No.
You were smashed, weren't you? Right, what you need to do is clap very quietly, and then everyone around you's going to do the same thing. It's going to spread. We're going to go crazy for our own Nik Hill, who is class. Right, Amy. Perfect, a bit more. Everyone around and go mental. Everyone go crazy. More than that. It's
Sorry? And that was a big step there as well, which makes it even worse. This is different. This is different. I'm going to get back home, my wife's going to say, what was the gig like? And it's like, well, I'm not sure if it was a youth club or a comedy night. I mean, there's probably people in here, I mean, the majority of you, to me, you look 12, 13. Is that what's going on? And where's the Chipping Norton? Are you the Chipping Norton lady and Amy? Have you two just fucking escaped from a mental hospital? I'm from Gloucester, and yeah, I thought we were weird. I think I need to manage your expectations, because I saw the write-up for tonight. It said the Comedy Loft puts on 4 rising and exciting acts from the national and international circuit. I can assure you, I am definitely not rising. Right? Shrinking, not rising. Exciting, I don't know. I don't know. You might be disappointed, because some of you might have been expecting a fresh-faced act from London who's probably only been doing comedy, you know, for about 4 months, but he's already done his first Scandinavian tour with his hilarious tales of how nobody speaks to each other on the underground. Isn't that funny? No, it fucking isn't, mate. Get a life. And what you see before me is a man with just 5 months. 5 months until I get my free bus pass. Yeah. A man full of bitterness, resentment, sarcasm, disappointment, the realisation that this is probably as good as it's going to get. More years behind me than there are in front. And yet, looking around, the thing that consoles me most about tonight is that me, and I think I counted about another 10 people over the age of 40, when we do go to war with Russia, and we will, me and the other 10 are going to be safe for conscription. And all you young fuckers, you'll be gone. Don't clap that! You're happy with that. You're happy with that. I know, it's you two, and there's about a row of 4 back there, and then there's another couple at the back, with a lady who came in and was absolutely surprised. She said, "Do you have wine?" And the barman said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh my God, I wasn't expecting that." Is your wine all right? And you youngsters might be looking around thinking, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Dad's escaped and he's on stage." And it's just... I've been doing comedy 20 years this year, like. And when I started, I had hopes, I had dreams. I thought, well, maybe Live in the Apollo, maybe a tour. Shattered, absolutely. And here I am in Fat Lils it could have been worse, on a Thursday night. I came up last year to Whitney and did probably one of my worst gigs I've ever experienced. I don't know, some of you might have been there, at the Blind Tiger. Is that place still? What a shit old land. Fuck me, that was rough. But I got a call this morning from my agent. He said, Nick, are you free next week to do a gig at the O2? I went, yes! Bloody yes! Sign me up! He said, no, hang on, let me finish. I said, no, it doesn't matter. Sign me up. I said, I don't even want paying. A gig at the O2. He said, no, let me finish. He said, are you free to do a gig at the O2 shopping Gloucester? Because their manager's leaving and they want a little party. There's going to be about 4 there. Yeah. You all seem lovely. You all seem really nice and grounded. Because not every audience is like that. I did a gig in Ashton Keynes near Cirencester about a month or so ago, and I just went on and said, "Oh hi, I'm from Gloucester. It's lovely to be here in Ashton Keynes." And this lady at the back said, "Oh, excuse me, young Gloucester man. I know it's spelled Keynes, K-E-Y-N-E-S, but in our village we prefer to pronounce it Keynes. I hope you don't mind." No, that's fine. That's got to be honest, does make you sound like a bit of a pretentious cunt. And in my village, we spell that C-A-N-T. She left. And coming from Gloucester, quite often you get people shout out, oh, you know, stupid heckle, oh, Fred West. And I know we've got the history of Fred West, but there's far more about Gloucester. You know, we've got a cathedral, our docks have been used for film scenes, we've got a brilliant rugby team. Well, we've got a rugby team, and we've got the cheese rolling. Have you heard of? Yeah, you heard the cheese rolling? Birdlick, that's dogging. That's dogging. A little bit too quick there, Ames. Cooper's Hill.
Between Oxford and Cheltenham on the A4, you've got more dogging spots than anywhere else in the UK.
I didn't know that, but you knowing that knowledge doesn't really surprise me. But I've lived in Gloucester all my life, right, and I've never done the cheese roll, and I thought, do you know what, you need to do it, and so I'm going to do it this year, and I've been training, I've been rolling a baby bell down my drive, and the cheese roll was banned for quite some time for health and safety reasons, and about 3 years ago, it was reintroduced, and BBC South West were there to film the event, and one of the winners was a 15-year-old girl from quite a rough place in Gloucester, and her name was Kylie. And they interviewed afterwards, and they said, "Oh, Kylie, you've entered the race, and you've won. What would you like to say?" She said, "Well, yeah, I did. I entered the race, and I did win, and I'm very surprised." And they said, "Why are you surprised?" And what I wanted her to say at that moment in time was, "Oh, come on, Kylie. Say something profound. You've probably got 1.4 million viewers watching this. Say something that's going to put you on the map and Gloucester on the map." And what I wanted her to say was, "Wow, look at me. I'm 15. I left school at 12. I've already got 7 kids by 10 different dads. Everyone gave up on me, my teachers, my family, my friends. Even I started doubting myself, and I thought, do you know what? This could be your chance to shine." And I trained really hard, and I got to the top of that hill, and I looked down, and I was just so focused, and when they let that cheese go, all I wanted to do was to catch it, and just to prove that there is point in me being alive. And when it went, I threw myself down that hill, risking life and limb, tumbling head over heels, but I caught it. And I was just so proud. That's what I wanted her to say. What came out of Kylie's mouth to the question, "Why were you surprised?" was simply this: "I don't even like cheese." I retired last year, so I've just had, just literally coming up to 12 months, 24/7 with my wife for 20 years, and I mean by that I don't mean I'm married to a 20-year-old. That'd be fucking brilliant. But it's proved to be it has proved to be a challenge, because we've just got to that stage. I don't know if there's any other retirees in, but we've just sort of got to that stage of mutual hate. And it's nothing major. I mean, for her, the fact that I'm still living seems to be a bit of an issue. And because I was just coming out the door tonight, and she said, "What, is that a new T-shirt?" I went, "Yeah. Do you like it?" So what does that say? I saw it just says, Lambretta, a way of life. And she said, "Well, let's hope it's a short one." That's harsh, isn't it? And for me, I've got to be honest, it's nothing really major that winds me up about her. About two things. One, a breathing. And if we're out in the car and we're coming up to a junction and I want to turn right, I'll say to her, "Is it safe to go?" And she'll go, "Yeah." And as I'm halfway across the road, if you're quick, I'm not keen on this. I've got to be honest, I'm not keen on this getting older. Because things happen that make me realise you can't do all the things you used to be able to do. Like today, classic example, I couldn't get the fucking lid off a jar of marmalade. But luckily, I've got a thing to do that. Her name's Lynn, and I've discovered things in the past 12 months about her. I've discovered that she missed her vocation in musical theatre. Because she can make a song and dance about fucking anything. And the other thing that we've been doing a lot of, and I wasn't really expecting this, and you youngsters, you've got all this shit to come. We spend a lot of time at garden centres. We tend to go to one near us, right? And it's a fairly local one. And I've got a loyalty card. And we went there on my birthday, and I went to buy a coffee and a cake, and gave the woman the card, and she went, "Oh, congratulations." "Sorry?" "Well, it's your birthday today, isn't it?" "How do you know that?" "Surely it's come up on the computer." "That's lucky, isn't it?" "Is it?" "Oh, no, I don't, at this age, no, it's not lucky." I said, "What's lucky about it?" She said, "Well, now you qualify for a senior citizen discount card, right?" And I'm thinking, just fucking shoot me now, I said, "Do I have to pay for this?" She said, No, they're free." So I give it here. So I took it. I said, and what benefit is this to me?" She said, "Well, you get a roast dinner, 40% off a roast dinner now." "Oh, just give me the card." And I went and sat back down, and Lynn said, "What you got there?" I said, "That's a senior citizen discount card." Just give it to me. "Did you have to pay for that?" I said, "No, it's free." She said, "What are the benefit?" I said, "Well, the main benefit is I get 40% off a roast lunch on a Monday. Served between 9:30 and 11:15 a.m. And I thought, who the fuck eats a roast lunch on a Monday between 9:15 and 11:30? Well, it turns out since last August I have been. We sat down at the start of the year to talk about New Year's resolutions, and I don't know about you, but I'm good at making resolutions, but I'm not very good at keeping them. So Lynn suggested, well, maybe if we made resolutions for each other, we might stick to them. She said, "So if you tell me all the things that's wrong with me," I thought, I am not falling into that trap. Absolutely no chance. I said, "Well, what's the one thing you think I need to change?" She said, "Well, you haven't really mellowed, have you? You're still quite angry." I said, "Yeah, I know, but and I don't mind sharing this with you, Whitney. I am still angry, but I've got issues." Well, let's call them by their proper name, shall we? Children. 29, 41 and 43. You'd think by now I'd know their names, but they all came round at Christmas, and we were just chatting over the dinner table, and I was telling them about a documentary I'd seen with David Attenborough about the Antarctic, and I inadvertently used the word Eskimo. Oh, Jesus Christ, They kicked off big time. That is so racist. That is so discriminatory. But you wouldn't understand discrimination because you've never been discriminated against. I said, right, hang on, whoa. Let me just tell you something. I applied for a gig last year in Bristol. It said acts wanted, particularly those of LGBT or POC persuasion. I said, I phoned up, so I'm interested in the gig. They said, are you LGBT? I said, no. They said, are you POC? I said, I've got to be honest, I wasn't sure what that meant. They said, a person of colour. I said, yes, I am. They said, what colour are you? I said, ginger. And they put the phone down. I suffered as a kid being ginger, mainly the name calling, copper knob, ginger nut, carrot top, you little ginger wanker. And I can remember saying, oh Dad, just leave it out. I was thinking of my dad the other day, because and the older demographic will appreciate this. I was watching something on YouTube, because on a Saturday we used to have on ITV World of Sport, and at 4 o'clock wrestling used to come on, and it was proper wrestling, proper wrestlers. And afterwards, me and Dad used to have a pretend wrestle, and I'd try and pin his. I was only about 6. Try and pin his shoulders down for the count of 3. And at the last minute, he'd always just pop one shoulder up. And looking back, I think he was trying to teach me a bit of a life lesson, and that being, no matter how hard something seems to be, if you persevere, when you achieve that, you'll feel brilliant. And he was right, because I can remember the day I managed to pin his shoulders down for the count of 3 was just, I mean, he was 92. And in a care home. Suffering with brittle bone disease. But I thought, fuck it, a win's a win. But it wasn't just my father. I can remember it was January 1963, right? I was 5. I'd just come home after we'd just gone back to school for the Christmas break. And Mum was in the kitchen. And I went in and said, Mum, can I ask you a question? She said, what is it? I said, well, all the other little boys in my class were talking about the presents they had Christmas Day. And she was like, and? I said, well, I didn't get any, did I? She went, no. And there's a very good reason for that. Was it because I was naughty before Christmas? She said, no, it's got nothing to do with it. I said, what was it? Well, I was 5, remember that. She looked me straight in the face and just went, Santa don't stop for ginger kids. To be fair, it wasn't a bad bit of advice, because my 3 girls are ginger, not spent a penny of them at Christmas. I'll just leave you with this. I was alright when I got to 50, because when you get to 50, through the post, this call centre goes into operation and you get free life assurance. Right? You get to 60, that changes. Funeral plans, right? That's what you get. I knew a little bit about funeral plans because my mum died in 2019, and we discovered she had a funeral plan with the co-op, and I had to go and sort it out. And I went into the shop, so I'm Nik Hill, Gene Hill's son, come sort the funeral plan out. She said, take a seat. Before we start, she said, how old are you? I said, I'm 63 now. Why? What's that got to do with it? Have you got a funeral plan? I went, no. No. Your age you should, because you could go at any time. I thought, fuck. She said, do you know how it works? I said, well, not really. She said, right, well, if you pay us £2,000 now, you can plan the whole thing. You can choose if you're going to be buried or cremated. You can choose where you're going to have the wake. If you want people to wear fancy dress, you can get them to do that. You can put some money over the bar. You can choose the food. You can have a band. You can have whatever you want. It's your choice. All you got to pay that £2,000 out. We had a conversation for about 10 minutes, and I've got to be honest. At the end of it, I was looking forward to my own fucking death. Listen, Whitney, I'm glad I haven't died tonight. You've been lovely. Please keep supporting this gig. I think it's great, and you've been lovely. My name's been Nik Hill. Good night.
Nik Hill, ladies and gentlemen! Lovely.